What is going on? Welcome to SHOT Show 2026, Day 2. My name is Trey, the Ghost Tactical. This is Chris with Clover Tech. We have our SHOT Show podcast brought to you by our good friends at Bersa and Walk America. We are here at the Bersa booth. Some new digs this year. Really cool backdrops. So thanks to Roth and Bersa and all that. And obviously Mike and Walk America. We're going to talk about that a little bit more, but right now, our first segment, we got a couple of really great guests. We got Kevin Dixie, and we've got Chris from Glove Station. Before we do that, my partner in crime, Chris, what's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's get Katie in here. I know he's got a heart out. Let's go.
Unless you guys live under a rock, most of you guys are watching this know who Kevin Dixie is, or KD. No other choice, and amongst 17 million other projects you probably got going on.
Yeah.
For people that do live under a rock, explain what you've been doing the last couple of years.
Oh man, I'm just trying to spread the message of freedom, and sometimes that's through hard channels. And the way I do that is I spend a lot of time talking about civil rights, human rights, Second Amendment advocacy, along with human rights advocacy combined into one. I'm a firearms I say trainer, but stop saying trainer. I'm a firearms coach, self-defense coach. So I try to coach Americans, whether you are doing it to protect your home, or you carry a gun for a living, to be better with that, for good guys can defeat evil. And ultimately, man, I'm trying to take opposite polarizing sides of America and try to introduce them to the middle and freedom. That's what I do.
I know that a few years ago, you started up a media event that you brought people into Missouri that were trying to get involved in media and kind of bridge media in the industry and all that. You're doing that still, but you're moving on to other things. What are some of the projects that you're heavily involved right now that you wish people knew more about?
Well, the big one is, so what you're mentioning is, and thank you for bringing it up,
Yes.
what you're mentioning is training.
Yes.
Well, Train and Learn was my answer. And really quick, what happened with me and my pathway is that I was right place, right time. So we all know that when you walk into this space, it's a grind, right? To get your message. And all of us are important. All of us have these different gifts we bring, right? But it's so hard because we have so many great people. People can only focus on certain things at a time. But I walked right in, and within 6 months, I was on pretty much every major podcast, television immediately. So what I wanted to do with Train and Learn is just take the great individuals I met, the lessons I learned, and I wanted to put them in a 3-day professional development setting. So if whether you're a guy that knows everything, but we can always learn more, right?
Yeah.
Or you're a guy that's like got a great heart, great drive, you got a great message. Well, how can we help you to amplify that, right? In a professional setting. So that's what Train and Learn is. It's now in Atlanta, which leads me to the next thing that I'm doing. My passion project now is the Greenwood Project. So the reason we moved Train and Learn to Atlanta is because I've secured 40 acres in Atlanta, outside of Atlanta, Georgia. So that facility is all about halfway community get back. So we're doing reading, writing, financial literacy classes, and comprehension classes. We're starting up a small farm, small garden, where the community can come in for free to learn these skills and these crafts, along with basic survival skills, off the grid stuff. Like we're building solar systems to show you how to draw your own power. Now we're doing those things. And then if you want to split the baby and go to the other side, then we're doing professional firearms training. And the way that I'm giving back even to the firearms industry is that as long as you are somebody that cares about this craft and you want to do the craft right, in our area, it's really hard to find a place to support small businesses where they can operate their training business. So with Greenwood, we've actually provided extra bays to where if you're running a small business and you just need somewhere to go where you aren't being harassed, where you aren't being judged, you don't have to worry about people like checking your NFA paperwork when you walk in like some of these rangers do, then you make a donation to our land.
What is that you speak of? I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, pretty much every NRA Gold Club member range around the country checks for paperwork, and it's embarrassing. But that's what the Greenwood Project is. So it's like community meets the Second Amendment, and we're trying to do what we can for everybody to be better, man.
That's amazing. I mean, obviously, support always helps. If people out here listening want to maybe support you either financially or with whatever they can support you with, how can they kind of reach out to you that way?
Man, I tell you what, his questions are top notch, right? You know the league, right?
I'm not just a pretty face, man.
You might have been at it for a couple of days.
Once or twice. Right. Yeah.
I really appreciate that you're really guiding questions. And if you want to just know more, you can simply head over, follow me on social media. That's pretty much the way. The Real NOC. So The Real underscore on Instagram, NOC for No Other Choice. If you want to check out the training and things that we do, you just go to nootherchoice.com, nootherchoice.com. The training all over the country. Me and my team are pretty much everywhere trying to do everything. I'm also one of the few DPP instructors in the country in the USCCA's new program. So if you want to know more about that, you can also go to nootherchoice.com and you can see information over there. If you want to check out the Greenwood Project, you might want to see like, hey, maybe you got some coffee money laying around. You might want to donate. You can just simply go to givesendgo.com/Greenwood. We have a complete write-up there. You'll be able to see the kids that we help, how we do it. You can also look at my social media and you'll see through Walk to Talk America, we partner with their Kids to Kings program. So that Kids to Kings program, if you guys ever look at it, the land they're shooting on is Greenwood.
Oh, okay.
So that's, if you want to help support the kids, give the Walk to Talk. If you want to help support the land and supporting the kids, givesendgo.com/Greenwood. Or both. That's always cool.
Yeah. So since we got Chris here from Glove Station, KD, I wanna switch gears to sort of what Trey said, but more on the industry side.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you, and probably also other 2A advocates and organizations and whatnot, what are you guys looking for from the industry, and what does the industry sort of get back if they help support you?
Well, great, man.
Specifically, the
guys,
industry,
man.
right?
It's our third podcast. We've learned quickly.
Wow. Man, that is such an awesome question. Here's my thing. I'm gonna answer that two ways. If you come at me and you're strict, and capitalism is a thing.
Yes,
let me say,
correct.
I have an extreme amount of respect for
They can't support you unless they make money.
make money.
Right.
Like, let's not pretend people need to make money.
Right.
That being said, and that being respected, if all you look at me as is a way to generate income, then I don't trust you.
Yeah.
And here's why. What if I have a bad couple of months?
Correct.
Yeah.
What happens if something happens in my family and I can't produce? Then you're gone, right? But it's the same way. I've had companies tell me, hey, man, unfortunately, you did great. You know that dollar amount we promised you, or sometimes even that product that we promised you, we're behind. Well, I'm kind enough to say, I get it. It's not that big of a deal because relationships are more important to me, right?
Right.
Support is more important to me. Yeah, capitalism make money. So for me, here's the thing for the industry. If you're going to come in, Glove Station, and you're going to say, hey, I want to generate. Great. I can help you generate. As long as you're not asking me to sacrifice my message, my mission, or my integrity, my morals, right? I can help if the product fits, right? If it's got to work together. Yeah. I can help you. You help me, I help you. You want to give me an affiliate fee? You want to do those things? Great. That's easy. That's number one. However, I am not going to be loyal to you because as soon as Glove Box Station comes in with a bigger fee, I'm out. Let's just be honest.
But at least you're up front, and everyone knows the situation.
Yeah. So I don't say that like that's how I handle business, but you said industry, right?
Yeah.
So if you are building a relationship based off capitalism, well, whoever's got the bigger damn check is where I'm going.
Correct.
Right. So that's why I'm like building a relationship based off of more personal relationships would be my advice, right? With a capitalism, that's the backbone of it, right? Two, the thing that I'm looking for is, and I advise everybody, whatever your mission is, right? Like when you started, you had a mission that you wanted to bring to the Second Amendment.
Absolutely.
Right? You have a mission. And that mission probably evolved, right? It got more deep over time. So for me, industry, you need to look at individuals that you can actually bond with their mission and help the mission out. Because if you tell me I'm going to give you 7% kickback off of a pair of gloves, I don't care. Yeah. I just don't care. However, if you tell me that, hey, I'll give you 10% back toward community outreach, now you have my attention.
Right.
Now you have my attention because it's more tied in. So build more personal relationships, understand capitalism, respect capitalism. But if you base the relationship off capitalism, as soon as the big boy walks into the room, you're out. As soon as mechanics walks up, what are we talking about, right?
Wow.
Right. So I just think it's
He's like, wow.
it's the truth.
Well,
So,
I knew KD was going to throw fire on that, and the industry needs to hear that.
They do hear that. Yeah.
They do.
Right. So I've had plenty of organizations, plenty of companies that, yes, right. I'm able to walk in there. I know who I am, and everybody creating content. You guys know who you reach.
Absolutely.
You know who you talk to,
right?
And you know who you specialize.
Yeah,
in,
absolutely.
Right? I know the same thing. So if I'm going to walk you into a room of 3,000-4,000 people, potentially, hopefully, to generate 5 to 6 of those people into immediate consumers, and hopefully within 90 days you get some follow-up, you get another 10% of those people, and then maybe later on you get another 50% of those people through email marketing and stuff like that. I'm gathering that information for you, giving you the base, giving you your turnaround, so that 10 times before somebody sees something, before the brain says trigger and buy, I'm getting you 2 to 3 steps in that mode. Plus, I'm then pushing to give a confirmation for you that it can be done, and they're going to purchase based off my validation. So if you look at me and say, that's great, and you're going to do that for me, and I'm going to give you 3% of a thing, you don't have my attention.
Yeah.
You don't have my attention. Who's going to get my attention would be the person that says, hey, man, as long as you do what we agree upon. So to the influencers, if you tell somebody, hey, I'm going to produce this amount of Instagram reels, I'm going to do these quality photos, I'm going to feature you in these amount of YouTube videos, I'm going to introduce you to 200 people in person. Dude, also, you stop being an asshole, telling people you're going to do something, because this man also has to feed his employees.
That's it.
He also is saying, okay, once you tell him that, that's in his marketing plan, right? So that then becomes a budget. So I am budgeting my investment in you based off what you've told me I'm getting, so I can section that amount of money over my overall market. And yeah, you might not hit 100%, but I need to see you give me 110%.
Right.
So if you aren't doing that, then you're a jerk, because when Trey walks in the room and tries to have a conversation with Chris is now burnt out.
Right.
He's like, you know what, man, I met 7 of you guys, you're all liars. Right? So that's why he then goes, I'm gonna, you know what, how about 3%?
Yeah.
Because now it's less risk to him, because he's been burnt so much.
He's moved on already.
Yeah. And he has to recoup that lost money.
Right.
That lost product, because let's face it, and I'll say it, and I don't care. Not maybe the professionals. I'm not talking to the professionals. And professionalism has nothing to do with your platform size. It has everything to do with the way you carry yourself.
Absolutely.
So I'm not talking to the professionals. I'm talking to the other people. The other people. All you want is a garage full of shit.
That's it.
That's it. You just want to be able to tell your friends, I know a guy over there, I can call him and I can get some things, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, what you have to remember is these companies, especially the smaller they get, are trying to feed themselves. But even when you look at the larger brands, that marketing director can be fired tomorrow.
Yep.
And if they're not delivering on what they told their superiors they're going to deliver on, congratulations. You wanted a garage full of free shit, and you cost this man his job.
Yep.
How is he now feeding his family? How is it, what stress is his dad or that mom going under because they're trying to be nice to you? Now they can't feed their family. Or if they're a small business, now they're talking about shutting down the doors. And then you'll be the same jerk on social media like, oh man, I thought they were doing great. No, because of you, they're doing bad.
Right.
Because you didn't help with the marketing plan, because you took product out of their mouth or out of their inventory that they couldn't eat off of because of your false promises. So you start building personal relationships and start being good to people, and then the people you're good to need to be just that much better to you, and we'll all be okay.
I have a big problem. I have a big problem here with what you're saying.
Okay.
You make too damn much sense.
I'm smiling ear to ear right now. I love this guy. Like, holy cow. You could
The
not
sad
have
thing
said it
is,
better
the sad
yourself.
thing is that's just off the wing. Like he just winged that.
I know, and I have to
That's
follow
not.
that.
That's not a, like a presented
You have to
speech.
follow that.
That's just Katie talking.
I just want to hear you talk more, man.
Well, no, but I think so. That's part of even what we do at training, brother. And here it is. Like
He'll do it.
I
He will talk.
He will talk. You give him the microphone, he will talk.
sometimes you don't get to there's like this beautiful relationship, right? You have creator, influencer, this whole thing over here, right? Then you have business owners, right?
Yeah.
All right. And we often don't have good, healthy conversation. Okay.
Yes.
We don't have direct conversation, and it leads to, let's just say Adam here, who's off camera, right? Got great
That's
hair.
my heartbeat.
Adam here is he's the American populace, right? Or the populace we're reaching. That's him. We don't come together and deliver great synergy to him. And so you're hurting, I'm hurting if we don't get along, but he's also hurting. Now he's getting bad information.
Yep.
Right? Or he's getting, let's just call it bought information, right? He's not being served right. And then we have the nerve, all of us, every last one of us, we have the nerve to sit back and say, but I'm doing it for the American people. Are you really? No, you're not. You're not doing it for the American people. You're doing it for your own income. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Just be honest about it. But I will say this, and then I'll shut up. I will say this. One of the reasons why Train and Learn was important is for we can pull down these veils and have the real conversation. If we are continuously, I'm not saying we bicker, right? But if we're continuously not getting along, we already have a fight with Meta.
Yep.
With radio advertisement, with all these different avenues that every other industry, cars and electronics, can take full advantage of, right?
Yeah.
And so individuals that represent brands many times will be trapped in the number game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys have experienced it. They're like, oh, well, why would I work with Chris when I can go over here and work with Ted? Because Chris has 100,000, but Ted has 7 million, right? And then you immediately discount his value.
Yeah.
But his can you walk and just talk to 100,000 people? He can, right? So we start dismissing the value, but what people forget is that numbers are important, but our numbers are stifled. We don't get the opportunity to reach and talk the same. So immediately companies will devalue Chris because they're like, yeah, but these other guys got it. And then you want to get in your damn feelings when you walk to the big boys and you say, hey, I want to work. And they're like, yeah, 15 grand to talk.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Now you want to be in your feelings. What I simply told you, or Chris told you, or Todd told you, like, hey, man, help me with some gas money, get into the range to do the content. Maybe buy me lunch for the day and send me a couple of the gizmos and let's see what we can work out, right? So there's that responsibility. But then on the flip side, once again, I will stand with the manufacturers all day and say, for you guys out there that are taking free crap, I just want you to remember this. If you're taking free crap and you're delivering what you promised or 80% of what you promised, you're a hero, you're good to go, you're good in my book. If you're an individual, because everything doesn't work, but if you're an individual that is simply taking 5 free pair of gloves, I want you to understand that's cool for you and your buddies and your friends. Yeah, you get to pull out the card. You get to say, oh, I know that guy, Chris, right? He puts up a cool YouTube video. You're like, oh, I can call him now. You're cool. I get it. Those 5 pair of gloves, it might have been the last pair of gloves that he had to recoup his money. Now I want you to look at Chris and say, congratulations, you're homeless. But at least I got to be cool with my friends.
Yeah.
Right? So, there we go. Hi, Chris.
Loaded.
Hey,
All right,
Chris,
man.
Chris,
I love
you're
it.
up.
Everything behind it, you speak nothing but facts. And I love your cadence, your tempo, everything about it, man. It's like I said, smiling ear to ear. So it's tough to follow that. I mean, we just make
let's
gloves.
try, right?
Speaking of which, Black Rambo gloves.
Yeah.
My name's Chris. I work for the head designer, head of marketing for a company called Glove Station. So we manufacture tactical gloves for law enforcement and military. Pretty much anyone who needs it.
Sometimes YouTubers.
Sometimes YouTubers that give 60% effort,
Right.
Chris has always given 100, 200% effort. I love Chris. He's always been there for us. He's been a fan since I've been with the company. And so,
I have bought Glove Station gloves.
Yes.
I
I'll
love
say it.
Station gloves.
Dude, if you wear
Absolutely.
them in all your videos, I mean, it's you can't measure that. You're invaluable. You're invaluable. Exactly what you're saying. When you're
Katie's want to know why he doesn't have his own signature glove line
Katie
here.
needs the purple Katie
He needs
glove.
the purple rain, the purple rain gloves.
So it's funny that you sell that. This was something that we did a couple years back with Black Rambo, and so I wanted to bring them to show those off. It was a relationship that I had established with them a few years back at a previous SHOT Show. Take that silica pack. But these are absolute premium goatskin leather gloves. Ooh. I mean, the top of the line. We made it super classy. Black Rambo's such a good human being. He's a nice man, and so we wanted to do nothing but the best for him. So we worked with him on creating these gloves, these premium gloves. And there's even like a nice message on the back. I mean, we went all out. We really did. And so we still have a little bit of stock left over. So we're running a little special where if you come to the booth number 20152, if you're here at the show,
oh wow,
you get a free pair of Black Rambo gloves. And if you find him and you're able to get him to sign it, then you win a really cool. We're going to set you up with pretty much all of our new releases, a whole line. So it's something fun.
What they're not telling you is he's not here this week, so you're not going to find him.
No, he's definitely here.
Can you sign his autograph for me?
right.
Well, I mean, I am black, so I probably could.
Oh my goodness.
I'll make you uncomfortable. Don't worry.
Actually, you're from Atlanta, right?
I am from. Whoa, Chris, we were getting off to such a great great start.
What
brother.
happened? What?
Okay, now look, yes, I live there.
Okay.
I am from St. Louis. You
Okay.
will get me banned from my city.
Oh, okay.
In St. Louis, Missouri. But no,
Sincere
yes, sir, I do live and work out of Atlanta, Georgia.
So there's a really awesome community out there. No, don't know if you're familiar with like Survival Sisters.
Yeah.
And so that whole group, Byron, the instructor, all of them, they're just really great people. We've flown out there. We did a special event with Rambo. So it's just that relationship that you're talking about, you know, like creating the connection and working together. Like that's when I was brought on, it's not about, yeah, sure, it's capitalism, right? You want to make money, but you also want to nurture these relationships and make the community stronger and just put out positive vibes. So that's my intent. That's my intent. That'll always be my intent in this industry. So working together, you know, stronger together, weaker, you know, divided.
Great.
So that's my mission. And this is a product of that. It's really, really ironic that you let in with that, because literally this is like something that we did with an influencer. You know what I mean? So it's like it ties together, and that's why I was smiling, because it's just like you just hit the nail right on the head. You know, I couldn't have said it better myself, and it's really powerful, really powerful. But aside from that, we make really cool gloves.
They do.
Well, there's several in the live chat saying that they've got the glove stations. So
Awesome.
So there you go.
Thank you guys so much. We're not mechanics, right? We're better. Sorry. That's just, you know, a bias. That's just a bias.
I tend to agree on the gloves that I
But
have.
how do I know
are
you're
pretty
better?
good.
You're not an AutoZone.
We're not, that's right. No, that's 100% right.
Yeah,
But that's my mission. That's my goal. That's my job to get us there. So we are a younger company in its infancy stages. So we're just getting out there. This year is going to be a really big year for brand awareness. So you'll be seeing us work a lot more with influencers and stuff. This was just a one-off. This was something to really kind of kick the door down and show everyone, like, hey, we're here to play. Like, you know.
Yeah. Also to test the waters, right? I mean, does this work?
Absolutely.
Is this successful?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, Kevin.
Yes.
Can I ask everybody in the room this about the gloves, because I've never used them?
Okay. Yeah.
Can you please hand me that bag right there, sir?
Not from a. I'm not. This is a great chance for marketing.
Absolutely.
Can you please tell me what sets Glove Station apart?
Absolutely. And I have, the bag of gloves, please. Thank you.
The bag o' gloves.
The good old bag.
It depends on which. It depends
Thank
on
you,
which
sir.
gloves.
Okay,
First of
fair
all.
question.
Yeah. Now the
Something
ones-
you're gonna a loaded answer, right?
Thank
Something you're
goodness.
going to use for cold weather shooting.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't use those. I live in Texas.
Well, we have a glove coming out.
Wow.
It's called the Thermal
it's fat.
Guard. That one's going to be more so. So this right here, this is our weatherproof glove. Chris, these are all yours. Sorry, I'm making a mess of your bag here.
Nice.
But these are our weatherproof gloves. So these are impermeable. They have a heat retaining liner on the inside. All the stops, everything. So this is for cold weather. You can shoot. See, I'll take this out of the bag for you guys so you can get a better look. You can run like a rifle with them, because we have the same model with real tree pattern. So they were designed for like hunting in post rut season. So the coldest season when it's snowing and all that stuff outside. These are them. So these are the Summit gloves that are available now. You want to
Did
take a
you
look
say
at
these are
those?
Chris's?
I'm sorry.
These are his.
Yes, all these are his.
These are the thermals, right?
Unless, yeah.
He lives in Texas. You said he doesn't need them.
He doesn't need those.
You hear him?
I heard. I did hear that. He does not need cold
You come
weather
by the
gloves.
booth, we'll get you set up with all of them. Yeah, no worries.
Well,
We
there
got
you
you
go.
covered. We got you. That's actually our tagline. We have you covered.
We
Yeah,
got you.
we
That's nice. I like
Look
that.
at that, and they come in grown men sizes.
Yes, sir.
They also come in kitty
They come in
sizes.
midget sizes as well.
Oh, are these?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are medium. So those
These
are
are medium?
Yes.
Oh shit,
That's a
Yeah.
big medium.
that is
Yeah.
a big medium. I got pretty big hands.
I wear the small, and like it's tight.
Yeah.
But I like
They
that.
have the impulse. The
But
original
to
impulse.
answer Katie's question, I like the Impulse. That's my favorite. If you look them up, and what I like about the Impulse is, you know how gloves typically, especially cheaper gloves, the seam is sewed this way around your finger.
Oh yeah.
The way that Glove Station does it is they have a piece of fabric that pulls this way, and then the seam is sewed here.
Roll over.
And then also with the knuckles and the dexterity is unbelievable because of the way that the seams are done. That's what I like about it.
These are a real hit. We just came out with these. These are impulse versus so the line he was just mentioning. These are in our black multicam. So
yeah, those are sweet.
yeah. So to answer your question, KD, about what sets us apart, it's going to be quality control, and it's going to be the price point. These go for $22.99 on our website. So you'd be hard pressed to find another company that could produce a product at this quality for that amount of money. So I mean, these are medium, so I don't know if you could fit your hand in those, but like I said, come by the booth and we'll get you squared away.
See what I'm saying about the fingers?
Yes. So we got rollover tips here, so you don't have, it eliminates the possibility of a split tip seam. We hate that. We build our gloves to last. A lot of companies, I feel like they don't. They do the opposite. They build them so that within a month or two, long enough to where you're not upset at the company, but to where you get your use and you have to come back for more. They want you to keep coming back. We've had, and I'm not kidding, we've had people come to our booth and say, I've had your gloves, and I'm not exaggerating, 3 years, and they're still running. You had yours for how long before they started?
My first pair of Impulse probably 2 years before they got on.
2 years. The first part was you on Jeff's podcast, or who was on? We started
Chris and Seth for Zero.
That's when we bought ours. Yeah, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, and so I mean, right here, it's living proof. I'm not lying.
What's the ones with the knuckle?
The hard knuckle?
Those are mine.
The knuckle pros.
Those are my favorites. I love them.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Everything's built with like versatility in mind as well. Like, yes, we're in the tactical industry. Yes, these are marketed as tactical, but let's be honest. That's why these are called Impulse Versa. Versa for versatility. So it's got the dexterity. It's got the reinforced pieces. Since I'm the head designer, it's my job to look at the market, case studies, and see what the other people are doing or missing. And so I pride myself in my work, and I pride myself on my capabilities, and I'd be damned if I never gave 110%, you know? So proof is in the pudding, reinforced pieces. This is laminated lycra, just materials that are like built to last, not to wear out in a month and have you keep spending your hard-earned money. That's what it basically is. We want to build fans for life. That's what
on top of this, though, like I can tell you, because I bought my gloves, you're going to be surprised when you see the price. Like, the price say there's no way that they're going to be this quality for that price, and they're amazing. The price is very reasonable.
So this was my deal. Even if, and I use mine a lot because I shoot a lot, and I like aggressive textures on grips and whatnot too, right? So they really get run through the ringer. And I'm thinking at that price, if they lasted a year, I would be happy. Yeah. And they lasted 2. Yeah. You know.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, it's your hard-earned money, and we don't want to do people like that. We want to build fans for life, and this is the way to do it. To build trust and to you know, build the community, make the community stronger, not take away from it, not leech off of the community. So I mean, with that in mind, that's my job and that's my mission. Awesome. Glove Station. It's a pretty strong mission. It's tough, and yeah, like you said, the price will throw you off. Yeah, it will make you think, are these not good gloves? But
they're amazing. Yeah.
So you know, and
I bought mine. I bought mine, and I can tell you they're amazing. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. We really appreciate it. These kind of moments, these relationships that I build are invaluable to us, and they mean so much to me. And that's why I'm always there when you need me. You know, if you know me, you can call me anytime. I'll be there. I'll pick up. I'll answer. And that's me representing my company, Glove Station. You know, I love the company. I love what I do. And I just want to keep doing this for as long as I can, you know, and make some money, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Make some money, make some people happy, you know. You save your money. So
that's the dream right there.
It's my mission, it's my mission, and I'm gonna give it all I got. And I'm starting with gloves. So I mean, you know, other than that, we've got with the gloves, basically they range from, we've got everything like I showed you, from winter to high dexterity. So if you're looking for something with just abrasion resistance, we got you covered. Something with a little bit more impact, we got you covered.
Fingerless models.
Fingerless. We have fingerless. We've got everything for every tactical purpose you could possibly need. We're knocking them down one by one. And we even started going to the hunting. Yes. And so the way I broke it down, you know, as a hunter and thinking about how the consumer thinks and what they might want, I divided it down into the ruts. So the parts of the season: pre-rut, peak rut, post-rut. So you got warm, warmer, and for the gloves, cold, colder, and colder. So with that, you've got, you know, the thermal guards aren't out yet, but they're on their way. They're in production. We've got pre-rut and post-rut covered. So you can
Right.
check that out. And it's all about dividing those seasons and making it in a way that makes sense to the consumer. As a hunter, you know, you see it connects. You're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I have a glove for this, that, and that, and I'm getting it all at once, you know?
Yeah.
So it just made sense. And the gloves, they're top notch. Thermal guards are actually my favorite glove, and we don't have any because they're not out of production, so I can give you a pair or show them off. But just if you can follow us on Instagram, we'll do promotion there, and also on our website we can do some
And the website,
sneak
you can give
peek
that out.
exclusives.
What's the website?
Oh, glovestation.com.
All one word,
Yeah.
glovestation.com.
Pretty
No.
You know.
similar.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Yes, Mr. Kevin.
Sorry, last thing. 'Cause I also do want to go.
Your heart
Nacho
out.
Daddy.
Your heart out went away a long
Yeah,
time
I know
ago.
it did, but I like good people. I like good conversation. So whatever, man.
Me too.
But I'm
Me
going to
too.
get some Nacho Daddy.
He's,
Some
he's,
nachos,
he's,
bro.
good, he's good to eat. I promise.
Yeah, I'm going to eat. I have. I just met you.
Yes, sir.
Seems great. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe the thermal guard you've been speaking of is the answer to this. So I'm going to publicly say what I think the problem a lot of people are having
Okay.
or are concerned with their hands. Not
Okay.
about the gloves, about hands.
Okay.
I have been educating people on the operations of firearms in
Yes.
one way or another for a quarter of a century. Okay. That's how old I am. All right. I know I look ravishing.
No, you look good.
All right.
I would have never
It's
guessed
the
it.
suit. It's the suit. That's how I shape it.
It's all this. Bro.
However, in those lessons, I have yet to find from people that educated me and taught me, they complain about it. When I switched gears and I became the educator, I'm complaining about it. The guys I still go to for more information are complaining about it. And my students are complaining. Everybody's complaining.
Okay.
I am yet to find. For example, I left Georgia.
Okay.
I taught one weekend. 4 days later, I had to be in Alaska.
Okay.
Temperature change, right?
Yes, sir.
I have yet to find a glove that can do all weather decent. So it went from, well, I'm not really going to wear the glove in Georgia because my hands aren't cold. I'm fine getting them a little rough.
Yeah.
But those are the gloves that are hooked onto my belt, right?
Yeah.
If I'm doing the duty belt class, different than a concealed carry class, whatever. But I want to be able to leave somewhere and go to the next place, and the glove does everything. So for me, it can be, hey, I wear gloves on the range for one simple reason: if the weather's nice.
Yeah.
One reason and one reason only. That is normally to handle steel and wood.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing them, right? Because I don't know if I'm going to your range, I'm down there teaching, I'm setting up steel, I'm not grabbing rusty steel with my bare hands.
Yep.
But I also want those gloves to help me stay warm if I have to leave and fly to Alaska, and I don't have those gloves.
We actually have the answer for you.
Okay.
So
Ask, ye shall receive.
when you're gonna go, like, I don't know what gloves you're buying, right? But you can get both those gloves you're talking about for the same price of one pair of the other gloves. So
you know the gloves I'm talking about. We'll
Yeah.
go ahead.
so what you're saying, what you're requesting, I thought about it plenty of times. Chris is obviously out in cold weather, so
Sometimes.
Not in
it's-
Texas.
Sometimes, but rarely.
oh
Yeah.
no, Chris
It's
is
relative.
740.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
he's one
He's
of
in
our-
Ohio.
Yeah, he's in Ohio. So we talk about that with the temperature. Hey, do you have anything that can help? And so I get feedback from him, what works out in the cold, what doesn't. What I find, obviously, I mean, it's pretty common sense, logical, I guess. It's the material. Some materials will retain heat better. Some will breathe better. The thermal guards, right? So I don't know what temperature variations you're looking for and what range. The thermal guards will go down into the negatives. They have a 3M thin slip liner, which is heat retention. But the polyester that is used on the outside has a Hepora membrane. It's basically water repellent. It's still breathable. So if you put your hand like this in the air, you could feel the air still. And that's how you could tell if the glove is breathable. Is if you put the gloves on, you go like this, you'll be able to,
You
or
look,
anything.
you
just-
look all silly doing it.
yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
trying to.
If there's no audio on your, it's just gonna be a pretty funny conversation here.
Right.
Thankfully, there's audio. So
If
if you do
you-
this,
If you just said, you'd be Little Wayne, man.
oh my god. So that's how I tell people that's how you can tell if they're breathable.
Yeah.
So even
Yeah.
though they have all those heat retention properties, there's still breathability in them. Because you don't want to wear these gloves and then you're roasting in them and you take them off and the inside's all sweaty and you got prune fingers. No one wants that. So I think the thermal guard is a happy medium. I'd love to show them if you come by the booth and we talk a little bit more, and I can go into a little bit more explanation because I don't want to. I can nerd out. I told you
Yeah,
on
you
your
can.
podcast.
You can talk
I can
as
nerd.
much as KD.
I can nerd out on these gloves, and it's why it's fun. Getting
Not
these
there's anything
platforms.
wrong with that.
Not
I mean, this is the time to do it, right?
This is exactly the
I
time
want
to
to
do it.
inform the consumer and let
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
know and tell them the differences between us and the other brands.
Right.
And with us, we're still in the young, like I said, the early stages. So you're getting passion, you're getting hunger, you're getting dedication, you're getting the customer service. Like, we are it. And I will put
They
it
got
down
you
on paper.
covered.
We
Nice.
have you covered.
Right.
So yeah, stop buying the other brands. Go with us. Glove Station.
There you go.
GS.
We got to get moving. Let's go.
He's got to eat.
Next,
so I know
yeah,
he's
I'm
hungry.
getting some
Katie's
seafood
got to eat.
nachos.
Chris got to get back to the booth.
Yes,
And
sir.
due to events out of our control, we started late anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're way over. So let's
We'll see.
maybe-
We'll see in a few minutes.
maybe GOA and EAA next. But
We don't know.
That's it. It's a weird day, folks. That's all I can say. So
Yeah.
stand by for the stand by.
It's
We
Shot
will
Show.
have somebody. I
Thank
promise
you guys for having me on.
Bersa has been a leading manufacturer for over 60 years. At Bersa, they understand that your safety is non-negotiable, and that's why they've crafted a line of exceptional firearms that redefine excellence. Their state-of-the-art manufacturing ensures every firearm is meticulously crafted to the highest standards, guaranteeing reliability and accuracy when it matters most. Whether you're a seasoned professional or a first-time gun owner, Bersa has a perfect solution for your needs. From the sleek and compact Thunder series, ideal for concealed carry, to the powerful and versatile BAR rifle, their range of firearms are designed for shooters who demand excellence in performance and design. Their commitment to safety and precision has made them a trusted choice for law enforcement agencies and responsible gun owners alike. In a world where mental health is often overlooked, one organization is leading the charge. Walk the Talk America, a force for change, breaking down stigmas and fostering conversations that matter. At Walk the Talk America, they believe in the power of dialogue to reshape the narrative surrounding mental health. Their mission is simple but profound: to bridge the gap between mental health and firearms, because they understand that the real change starts with understanding, empathy, and open conversation. Tune into their groundbreaking podcast, Guns and Mental Health, where experts, advocates, and survivors share their stories and insights. It's not just a podcast, it's a movement towards a more compassionate and informed society. Join them as they organize events, workshops, and outreach programs to build a community that supports mental health without judgment. Join me in supporting Walk the Talk America and visit their website, walkthetalkamerica.org, to be part of the change.
Right now, 107 million firearm owners and 174 million conservative Americans have nowhere to turn for mental health support that respects their values. Billion-dollar apps push agendas that alienate us, leaving our community underserved and overlooked. I'm Dr. D.B. Palmer, founder of 2A Mental Health, the only conservative, faith-driven mental wellness app built by and for our community. Our 12-week resiliency program delivers hope through coaching, community, and care aligned with faith, family, and freedom. We're disrupting a $30 billion market that's ignored conservatives for too long. Scan the QR code now and help us raise $48,000 to launch this movement. Together, we're transforming lives with mental health support that finally honors who we are.
Well, guys, we do invite you to go check out both ours and Clover.
We're back. We're
You got room?
back.
You got room? You good? Okay.
I'm good, thanks.
If Trey will, act professional instead of whatever he's doing over there. I don't know. It's a weird day.
It's been a weird
It
day.
is a weird day. So just so backstory, real quick. The Argentinian folks from Bersa,
The lawyers were being paid today.
they signed the check on this. So if they need their office, they get their office. This is the way it works, But we're back, and we don't have an industry guest, but we do have two from GOA, Gun Owners of America. This is going to be fun.
This will be fun.
So let's go.
So
Let's do it.
welcome back to the show. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to first bring in, I don't know if your title truly represents what you do and what you are. For this is Mr. GOA, but Eric has been running. I don't even know. You'll have your backstory. You've been running 50. Is this the 50th anniversary this year?
It is. That's
right.
right.
Amazing. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that.
Yeah, we're excited.
So, Mr. Eric Pratt from the Onwers of America, please tell the audience, more about GOA, your story, and the mission. But 50 years is awesome.
Well, GOA is all about protecting the Second Amendment. We're winning back freedom. We're doing it in the courts. We're doing it in Congress, in the state legislatures. I've got our state director for Florida here. He does a bang-up job. And so, we're involved all over the country, and, that's what we do.
You're fighting the fight that a lot of people don't even know is being fought. They don't even know there's a fight sometimes. And I know that you guys are trying to be more aware. One of the things that I love about what you guys are doing is the website. Not only are you doing the fight, but you're also bringing people in. One of the things that I love from the very beginning is you have an easy way for people to contact their representatives. And it's almost like a form letter that you don't even have to do anything. You can copy and paste. That was the first one I've ever seen done. I thought that was brilliant, by the way.
It's been super effective. In fact, if people can go to gunowners.org/subscribe. They're free. But that's where our strength is, honestly. We were the tip of the spear in repealing the NFA taxes on suppressors and short barrel firearms, as you know. And we were melting the phone lines. We were battering them with the emails and the mail, and that, the Guardian, that liberal rag across the ocean, right? They said GOA took what was a fringe issue, that was their words, on Capitol Hill, and we made it mainstream among Republicans. Well, that wasn't just me walking into offices, which I was doing that, but it was our members, what you're talking about, sending those emails, making the phone calls. That's what made it happen. Yeah. You've got obviously a fantastic team that surrounds you. We're friends with most of them.
Well, I can think of
a couple I question your process on. I think Ginger might not have been a good hire.
Right.
No, a great team. I guess that's something that is important also is you have to get your message out to those people also. Absolutely. And that's really the key. Yeah. We don't try to do this alone. We mobilize the grassroots, and that's what has made the difference. That's how we, 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, that's how we stopped universal background checks after Sandy Hook. It was mobilizing, and the New York Times, oddly enough, was the one that said that's how it stopped, was GOA mobilizing people and freezing Republicans who were trying to work a deal, and we backed them off. So, we've been doing this for a long time. The NFA was just the most recent thing. Of course, now we're continuing the fight because we wanted to get rid of the entire registration and, stop treating gun owners like sex offenders. The parliamentarian nixed it at the last moment. So anyway, we're continuing the fight in court. And so, we're just taking it to them there, and God willing, we'll strike it down in the courts. Absolutely. And you're talking about the grassroots, and we bring Luis in, who he says in Florida, this is exactly what you're talking about, bringing the grassroots. You've got the national level, people like Luis at the state level, even local levels. I know we met, Chris and I met Luis 2 years ago in Knoxville, and last year at Knoxville, and it goals, by the way, fantastic event, and it's going to be in Des Moines, Iowa this year,
August 4th and 5th.
Yeah, fantastic event. If you're out there, please get there. But Luis is at the ground level in Florida, and that's a battleground state right there.
We are actually on the ground level across the country. One of the things that people don't realize is we're even fighting in the territories. We're fighting in Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yeah, wow.
When we get back from SHOT Show, we're testifying in the Virgin Islands on January 30th against an assault weapons ban.
Wow.
And it comes down to this. Look, freedom doesn't end at the seashore. Yeah. We're all Americans. We all have the same constitutional, God-given, and inalienable rights. The Constitution didn't grant us our rights. Yeah. It enumerated them. Yeah. That's all it did. The right to keep and bear arms existed before pen touched parchment. And one of the greatest things we just did in Florida that separates us from other organizations is we sued Florida over open carry. We're the only Republican state in the country to ban open carry. And just this past December, the state of Florida agreed in court with GOA, yes, open carry is a fundamental right of the Second Amendment. It is absolutely protected. And the state of Florida will now tell law enforcement to completely change their practices when it comes to carrying a firearm. And, going back to our grassroots army, one of the greatest things about GOA's platform is that we're a no compromise message. The hat I'm wearing right now, for those that are not watching or listening, my hat, Chris, what did my hat say?
Abolish the ATF.
Yeah, it's that simple. We're not here to play patty cake. We're not here to play games. We're not here to trade off. Well, we'll give you this if you give. No. Our stance is very simple. Shall not be infringed. No more, no less. And we do that through multiple grassroots armies. We have our Empowered 2A program, which is specifically to empower women. We have our 2A Hunter program. We just launched, you were there, you saw it at Goals, Fort South Ohio. We're now the only national gun rights organization specifically targeting and marketing to Hispanic gun owners. Look, it's real simple. 20% of all Americans are Hispanic. 37% of new gun owners are Hispanic. Why aren't they being mobilized? Well, GOA is mobilizing them because guess what? The Second Amendment doesn't speak a language. Self-defense doesn't speak a language. We all have that right to keep and bear arms.
Absolutely.
So what is, looking forward, what is the next fight that you see in Florida?
The next fight that we have in Florida is real simple. Bump stock bans, red flag, and under 21 purchase.
All great ones. Yeah. The under 21 has always perplexed me.
I've never understood that. I never understood the under 21.
Yeah. No, you can vote, you can die for the country.
You can buy a rifle, but you can't buy a handgun.
No. In Florida, you can't buy a firearm. Period.
So it is in Florida. You can buy anything under 21.
Yeah, and this is the stupidity of it. You could be a cop.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
You could be a cop at 19 in Florida.
So you can carry a duty weapon, I'm assuming, but then you can't, or on duty, but you can't carry off duty. How does that even work?
No, it's even more screwed up than that. If you are a cop in Florida, or if you're a member of the armed services or you're honorably discharged, the state of Florida will issue you a CCW permit.
Oh, that's messed up.
If you're John Q. citizen, you don't have that exemption. You have to wait till 21.
Wow. That's second-tier citizenship right there.
Absolutely.
We have made the argument before the Florida legislature saying, how is it that your armed agents of the state are allowed to exercise this right? But the very people who entrust them with that authority, because remember, and I say this as a former Florida cop, it wasn't the government that gave me that authority. It was the people who vested that authority in me. When I served my community, it was that community vesting me with that power. So how is it that the state of Florida's argument is, well, if you're under 21, you're too stupid to own a firearm, but you could be a cop at 19 and be an armed agent of the state and use up to lethal force to enforce said gun control?
That makes perfect sense, does it not?
Yeah. So we have slapped the legislature with that hypocrisy, and we will continue to slap the legislature with that hypocrisy. And we will not hold their hands and say, well, just because you guys are of a certain political team, we're going to hold your. No, we don't care. Republican, Democrat, if you're anti-gun, we're going after you.
And it's terrible that you have to deal with that in a state in Florida.
Yeah,
With a super majority.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, we have some issues. Not people on the outside looking in don't always see they see a state and they think it's a really good state, but a lot of times they're not seeing the stuff underneath. And being from Texas, I have that too. And it's not really any 2A related things, but there's definitely some things that cross the line into government overreach and things like that, and freedom and liberty in general that Texas is doing on an uber conservative pathway that I don't agree with. Right?
Yeah, and Texas is a great example. We used our grassroots army to flip Texas. Texas went from being a state that banned open carry, that had numerous gun-free zones, that didn't have constitutional carry, to where now Texas is literally one of the top-tier states in the country. It's a true constitutional carry state. You guys could literally openly carry a firearm in your state legislature before your lawmakers while speaking on bills. And you guys even have
while meeting with your representative also.
Right.
And you guys even have an NFA nullification bill. Yep. And all of that was done because of GOA's grassroots efforts in Texas.
Texas GOA has been solid for a long time.
Yeah. And that's why we're doing it in Florida. That's why we're doing it in Tennessee. And that's why we're doing it across the country and on the federal.
Right. Flip over to Eric for a second. Walking around shot yesterday, there's magic marker companies building suppressors now, apparently, which is a part of what GOA works so hard to get. GOA and its members, I should say, work so hard to get. So, and it definitely has had an impact, even though it wasn't exactly what people wanted. Moving forward, do you see any possibility of, depending on how midterms go, there being some legislative things that can be done to finish what was started, or do you think it has to go through the courts?
Well, we are. So last year's defanging of the NFA happened on a reconciliation bill, right? Which meant that in the Senate, it only had to pass with 51 votes. Congress is looking to do a second reconciliation bill this year, and we're already working with senators and congressmen. It'd be premature right now to say what they are, but we've got some really good ideas for repealing more gun control, and Chucky Schumer's not going to be able to stop it with a filibuster.
Right.
So, again, I just encourage people, become part of our grassroots army, because we will be mobilizing you in the same way that we did to defang the NFA.
Yeah, you guys have to, it's political strategy, right? You guys, from moment to moment, things change. So to have a strategy now, it's not going to make sense in 6 months or a year. So, and I think anybody that understands the political process knows that that's kind of how it works. What do you think the parliamentarian may play if it is a reconciliation thing?
Well, we continue to call on John Thune to fire
100%.
the parliamentarian.
100%.
I mean, it's
he has the
crazy.
right to. It doesn't make any sense that he has
No sense at all.
Yeah.
It is so frustrating.
Yeah, agreed.
I know at one point you guys were trying to get some work done with national reciprocity. Where do you see, is that something that is attainable, you think?
We're still pushing it, obviously. We've been pushing it for
sell,
decades.
though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, and right now it's tough because in the House, there's like 4 or 5 vacancies, and it's already a slim margin anyway. And then you've got 4 Republicans that are going to vote with the Democrats on gun issues. Right now, it might not pass.
Yeah.
Now, once they fill those vacancies, that might be a different story. So, it's something that we're strategizing with congressmen right now.
Right.
Fantastic.
We probably should get moving.
Yes. So if people want to, gunowners.org, but there's other ways to support GOA, get to goals, do sort of things. But
So question on the contact.
Yeah.
Obviously, the GOA main site, website, whatever. But because you're here, if folks are interested in finding out their state level GOA, is there a hub? Is that on the main site? How do they find that?
So the way to find that is we have our national alerts and then we have our state alerts.
Okay.
And our state alerts are, state specific. So if there's something that they're looking for, we'll have them
Great.
on that.
Sorry, just
And-
one.
no, that's a great question.
On top of
Yeah.
that, if they reach out to GOA HQ, we have a system in place that literally disseminates that information to the right person of contact. So if someone just
Nice.
randomly calls, our main office, I will get, and it's a Florida specific, or since I cover the Southeast, so
That's
Georgia, Florida,
That's really
Alabama,
cool.
Yeah,
the
that's
Virgin
awesome.
Islands, Puerto Rico. If someone had that question, it gets to me
It gets
one way
to
or the
you.
other.
Right. Very nice. Very nice.
Well, we need to grow the Army.
We
need to
do.
grow the Army. What's the best way that people can do that besides just going to the website? What have you guys seen that has worked the best, that has attracted that Army to grow? Because you guys have grown a ton in the last 5-6 years, and a lot of that was because people stopped trusting other organizations and realized there are better organizations out there. What can people do that may not have the money to join, but are wanting to get involved, maybe at the local or state level? Is there other things they can do to help support?
Well, I'll give Luis this in a moment because he's really grown it in Florida.
Yeah.
But just nationally, I would say certainly join GOA because, keep us on the front lines.
Right.
Obviously we need to do that. Go to gunowners.org/subscribe, our free email alerts. We want to keep mobilizing people, but then, to really stay up moment by moment what's happening, follow us on social media, X, Instagram, Facebook. I mean,
There's a ton of podcasts y'all are doing now. If
Yes,
you like podcasts,
also.
they've got several podcasts that are phenomenal. So
but Luis, I mean, he's been active.
The best way for people to get involved is real simple. Is they first have to have that conversation with themselves and say, I need to get involved.
Yeah.
And
it,
I could tell you my story of how I got involved. I was a police officer. As you know, Parkland happened. I reached out to GOA as a private citizen. I said, look, this is the fight we're having. And Eric Pratt reached out, flew down to Florida, and that's how I became GOA's Florida rep.
Sucker.
Yeah, I know. I'll still never forget it. He's on the phone. He's like, yeah, you're going to be our Florida rep. And I'm like, get out of town, Eric. There's someone better than you. He goes, no, I'm serious. I'm like, oh, man,
We couldn't have picked a better Florida director.
you
I
are
would
scraping
agree.
the bottom of the barrel. No,
You're pretty salty, please. You're
But-
pretty salty.
but to get involved, our national motto says it best. It's e pluribus unum, out of many one. I don't have the credibility that I have because I just happen to be the Florida director. I have the credibility that I have because of every Florida gun owner who has stepped up to the plate and stood before our committee.
Right.
I am not there to speak for gun owners. I am there to help amplify their voices, unify their voices, and give it direction. Because we have all sat on our computers and we've typed angrily into the ether that is the internet, where it goes into nowhere. What it is GOA is that conductive force to make everyone productive. Because we all have the passion, we all have the drive. It's the direction. GOA gives that direction. So the best way is what Eric said, is go to GOA.org, subscribe, be a member. Look, being a member is just $25 a year.
Yeah.
I spend more than $25 going through a Burger King drive-thru for myself, my wife,
That's
my kid.
true, actually.
Just a clarification, gunowners.org. If you go to GOA.org,
Yeah, thank you.
that'll take you to the country.
Sorry, I'm
Oh,
in
wow.
my defense,
Country Goa.
sleep deprived, and I am still on Florida time.
Don't
Gun
subscribe to Goa's
Yeah, yeah.
newsletter.
Gunowners.org.
Gunowners.org.
Yeah, but getting simply on the email list first and foremost gets you then up to the date.
Yeah.
Because we will give out that information of saying, hey, there's a committee meeting. Hey, there's a lobby. Hey, there's a this, there's a that. Look, just to give you an example, in Paladoro, Texas, on April 24th this year, we're starting GEAR. It's I'm trying to remember the acronym, but it's for the overland and off-roading
That's gonna
community.
be awesome.
Yep.
And I mean, look, everyone that I know that's into overlanding and off-roading, they're all gun owners.
Sure.
Has there ever been a national gun organization that markets specifically to them and say, hey guys, guess what? Your gun rights are under attack. We need to unify. We need to work together. That's what it's all about. It's
Right.
our outreach.
Yep.
It's our mobilizing, and it's getting people involved in a way that we don't preach to the choir. We look outward. We look to see who are the new faces that could be part of this army. Because again, our national motto says it best: "E pluribus unum," out of many one. And it's folks like you guys. You guys are giving us that platform and that voice to reach
Thank
out
you.
to people.
No,
So thank you.
Honored to have you guys.
I wish we could
Honored to
get
have you guys.
more.
I wish we could too.
All right. Well, that's we've got, I think, a girl and a gun and Bersa maybe on
I
deck.
believe so.
We will see. Eric, Luis, thanks for
Thank you,
Thanks very
guys.
much. Yeah,
That's
thank you very
great.
much.
That's
It's
great.
fantastic.
and for everybody, hang tight. Let me kick the intermission and intermission if I can talk. So stand by for the standby.
Stand by.
Bersa has been a leading manufacturer for over 60 years. At Bersa, they understand that your safety is non-negotiable, and that's why they've crafted a line of exceptional firearms that redefine excellence. Their state-of-the-art manufacturing ensures every firearm is meticulously crafted to the highest standards, guaranteeing reliability and accuracy when it matters most. Whether you're a seasoned professional or a first-time gun owner, Bersa has a perfect solution for your needs. From the sleek and compact Thunder series, ideal for concealed carry, to the powerful and versatile BAR rifle, their range of firearms are designed for shooters who demand excellence in performance and design. Their commitment to safety and precision has made them a trusted choice for law enforcement agencies and responsible gun owners alike. In a world where mental health is often overlooked, one organization is leading the charge. Walk the Talk America, a force for change, breaking down stigmas and fostering conversations that matter. At Walk the Talk America, they believe in the power of dialogue to reshape the narrative surrounding mental health. Their mission is simple but profound: to bridge the gap between mental health and firearms, because they understand that the real change starts with understanding, empathy, and open conversation. Tune into their groundbreaking podcast, Guns and Mental Health, where experts, advocates, and survivors share their stories and insights. It's not just a podcast, it's a movement towards a more compassionate and informed society. Join them as they organize events, workshops, and outreach programs to build a community that supports mental health without judgment. Join me in supporting Walk the Talk America and visit their website, walkthetalkamerica.org, to be part of the change.
Right now, 107 million firearm owners and 174 million conservative Americans have nowhere to turn for mental health support that respects their values. Billion-dollar apps push agendas that alienate us, leaving our community underserved and over.
All right, we are back, and we have a change of cast, so to speak. So, yeah, Ghost had to bail. He had an obligation, so I pulled in someone that you guys are hopefully will become familiar with in the future. Don from Gun Rattle, the Gun to Prattle podcast, so to speak. So, thanks for sitting in, Don. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm always happy to help out.
So we've got one guest and one guest only, the center of all attention. So how about that? You okay with that?
Me?
Yeah. You?
Yeah.
You? Yeah.
Let's do it.
We got Robin with a girl and a gun. As Amanda Sumpill said, I think yesterday it was the girl with a gun, as a matter of fact. So take a couple of minutes here and for those that are not familiar, talk about the organization a little bit.
Awesome. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I hear you now? There you are.
Probably can now. Somebody swapped the microphones on me.
Thank you.
Somebody swapped the mics on me. Shame on them.
There's so much background noise. I was trying to hang in there. Thank
Right.
you.
Right?
Yeah. So, did you ask me about a girl and a gun?
Yeah, just the organization. If you wanted to kind of let everybody know what's going on with it, what it's all
Yeah.
about.
So, a girl and a gun is the nation's largest women's club in the country. We host ranges. We have 350 ranges across the country that partner with us to host our chapters. And we bring women in, and we have women of all different experience levels, from new shooters up to pro shooters. And we just offer them opportunities and events. So we train about 50,000 women a year. It's always
Wow.
a fun time.
Right. And how long has it's been a while.
15 years. We're
Yeah.
celebrating
Wow.
15 years this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's the biggest event that you guys do every year?
Our national conference is in April. That's in Cameo at Grand Junction, Colorado. We have 750 students plus about 400 support staff and instructors. And so it's a lot of people
Wow.
having a good time. Yeah.
That is
So we have training classes, 70 simultaneous training classes going on over 3 days. We're doing everything, whether it's shooting from the ground, shooting from the, pistols, rifles, shotguns. We even shoot from the helicopter.
Oh, wow.
If you name it, we do it. Everything from archery to jiu-jitsu to gunsmithing to legal topics. If you think it, we do it.
Gunsmithing.
Mhm.
Okay. I've talked to you before, and I don't ever, my ears perked up when you said, I don't know that you've ever said that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So like in what type of,
So in that, it's only a 3-hour session to go
Sure.
over some basics,
Just-
how to clean, maintenance, switch out parts that wear down, things
Right.
to look for, and troubleshoot a little bit. Depends on the platform. And in that class, everyone kind of works on what they brought, so it's different.
Yeah.
But yeah, we offer
but mainly basic takedown, maybe some
Yeah.
springs and
Yeah.
things of that nature.
the things that wear that
Sure.
you switch out a lot.
That's awesome.
Changing your optic plates, the things that you want to be able to do on your own without having to give it to the gun range or the gunsmith that you have at the range or wherever.
Right. And with year one, from year 1 to year 15. So what did year 1 look like compared to? I know it's a different universe, I'm sure,
Yeah, for
but
for our national conference specifically, we sold out 100 students that year, and we
100.
thought we had made it.
right.
Smith & Wesson came on as our title sponsor. I think
Oh, wow.
they gave us a little check, and we were like, "This is the pinnacle. We have made it." So yeah, now that we have over 1,000 people there, I just look back on those days. I'm like, that was so cute. But
Right. Right. Don, you got anything?
Well, I mean, first of all, Cameo is an amazing facility. To have that event there is it probably unbelievable. The resources they have there, the people in the area. So that's a great facility to have that event at. I'm not surprised by the growth though, because I started competing around that time, and it was something that was a lot of people kind of just word of mouth knew about. It wasn't magazine famous, if you will. It just kind of, it was a lot of word of mouth. Hey, come check this out. And I kind of remember watching it grow.
Right.
So, yeah. And I know people that have started chapters and run chapters and at my local range, even indoor range. Even.
So Robin, from on year 1, is there, or in the last 15 years, so is there anything with the mission that you wanted to accomplish at year 1 that you haven't yet accomplished at 15?
That's a great question. I don't think so. Although there's always more to achieve. This year is kind of the year of the rifle. We're trying to get more ladies into long guns, just to expand. You have that ever student mindset, learn about different platforms. But really, I'm so proud of our programs and the way that we have things structured. We really create a roadmap for these women to come in at various levels. Women come into gun ownership for a lot of different reasons. A lot of times it's spurred from a life event or motherhood that's bringing them to the range, but sometimes it might be they just want to try something new. They might be older and have a little more time and a little more money to be able to go to the range and spend time.
Right.
So often women in their 20s and 30s have family obligations and job obligations, and they don't get to the range as much. So we're seeing more ladies in their older years come out, and they just want to have that strong feeling and do something different.
Right.
And so we are happy to welcome any woman at whatever stage of life she's in and whatever stage of her firearms journey she's in.
Right. And could it be, I guess it probably could be a little bit of kind of community too. You know, you've got pottery classes and you've got different things you can do. I mean, why not?
100%.
If you're into that, if your family's into that, if your husband, whatever is into that, then I mean, it would make sense that, hey, let me get involved in a community of ladies around something that we already do as a family.
Well, that has been the biggest change, really. Is back 15 years ago, most women were brought into ownership or into training because their husbands had a gun or their father, and that was a way for them to spend time together. And we're actually seeing trends that that's not true anymore. Many women are the first gun owners in their households. They're bringing their husbands to the range for the first time, men that had never shot before.
I've seen that.
So
I've seen that.
That has been a huge change over the past 15 years. There's been so many changes. Even SHOT Show is completely different than it was in terms of women. Back then, I knew every woman that was in this building. We knew each other. We networked together. And now there's a lot of women here.
Like, not anymore.
Yeah, it's normal, which is amazing.
Yeah,
and we have really great guns and gear for us now too.
Yeah, and that's almost an opportunity, right? The more women you don't know, the more you get to meet.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Yeah, a girl and gun is hosting the Women's Industry Breakfast tomorrow. So
nice, very
I'm
nice.
Very honored to have that, and to all these women come to mingle with each other, and for me to connect them too.
Right. Now, if there's a lady out there that wanted to get involved, what does that look like? What's the pathway look like for that?
Yeah, she just goes to agirlandagun.org and finds a chapter near her and shows up, and that's it.
That's simple.
That's it. Just sometimes the hardest part is getting from the car into the door. So that's I tell ladies, just take 10 seconds of courage, get in the door, and we'll welcome you with open arms, and it'll change your life in ways you never expected.
I'm really curious, what challenge have you faced in doing all of this over the last 15 years? What challenge have you faced that you feel the best about overcoming?
I think the fact that we have better gear, working with manufacturers, talking to different brands about, can we expand this women's line or can we create really great lines? Historically, men helpful at the gun counter, they really want to help women, but they would always direct them to those little J frames or the lightweight guns, and those, we all know that those are not the easiest to shoot.
Right.
And now we have better holsters that allow us to carry full-size guns and to carry better on the body and to be more comfortable. So the gear evolution has allowed the carry evolution to be more successful and more comfortable.
Right.
Do you think the firearms industry has seen that as an expansion in the market, and that they're super ready to fill it, or is it's like, well, let's see?
We're still considered a niche market, which is funny because we are 50% of the population, and if you guys are married, you know that your wife controls her money and your money. So we're trying to explore that and tell them how to reach these women and what messaging to use. So many women are the, they really set the family budget. When men shoot, it tends to be a hobby. When women shoot, it becomes part of the family lifestyle, the family budget, how the family's having conversations and spending the time. So fortunately, we have better gear that enables that.
What is a hole in the industry that as far as women go, that you think the industry needs to focus more on? Is there one?
I would say our biggest obstacle now is ranges, having relationships with ranges that support having women shooters fill the lanes. You would think that they would see them as dollar signs and welcome customers, but I have so many ranges that say, when you guys are here, the parking lot's too full and real customers don't show up. Or y'all take up all the lanes, and so there's not room for other customers to come in. Not recognizing each one of those women paid full range fee. They bought the ammo and then walked into the range. So
it's interesting you say that, because I know when my local range picked up a girl in a gun, and they started a chapter. Actually, one of the lady who started it worked for the range, and I know that the range went out of their way to accommodate them. As a matter of fact, they would open early, just so that the women could kind of be there by themselves and not have to worry about a bunch of hostile dudes going, "Hey, can you please hurry up?" or anything like that. So not that we would do that. I know all of us men wouldn't do that, but
That's awesome. We love those ranges that support us. We do have a lot of partners that when a woman walks in, they say, "Hey, we'll talk to you about guns and gear, and you should come to this girls' night out." So we have a lot of partners that are very supportive. But then we do have some that haven't quite understood what we're doing and feel like we might be in their way, or we're trying to be competitors with their instructors, and really we're there to partner, bring women in, give them additional consumers.
Revenue, right.
Yeah, exactly. Additional revenue. And we just want we want a safe place to shoot.
Right. Now, when a lady out there, she decides she wants to, check things out, do they have to already be a gun owner? Do they have to have a gun? Do they have to have ammo and gear,
No.
or just come as you are?
Come as you are. A lot of our ranges have rental programs. A lot of
Nice.
our facilitators will have
Yeah.
firearms there. And often it's better when a new shooter comes in not having that gun. So we are excited to go on the journey with her to find the right gun for her instead
Right.
of coming in with something that might not be the best choice.
Sure. That's not only a good practice, I think, for that person, but also the organization.
Yeah.
Right? To kind of get to learn how people's preferences work and,
Yeah.
what they like and dislike.
Well, often
is an
someone
asset.
else will help her buy her first gun without asking the questions on what are you going to use it for?
Right.
And so sometimes she buys something and then finds out very soon after that wasn't the right purchase for
Yeah.
her carry or her lifestyle or her sport or whatever she wants to
Yeah,
do.
22 long rifle per bear probably not going to work.
right.
Yeah. Sometimes they just don't ask the obvious questions. So
Right.
working with our instructors helps her get on the right gear path. So we call it speed dating, where you shoot 5 rounds through a firearm and then 5 rounds through a different one, and we help her find what's the most comfortable, what's the most successful.
Yeah.
So
I
then she
like
knows
that
she's set
kind
up
of
for
speed dating. That's my kind of speed dating right there.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Robin, thanks for jumping on for a little bit with us. Definitely appreciate it, and bearing with us through the chaos. It's been this day. Today was crazy, and when you do these live, you never know what's happening. So thanks for being patient and waiting for us to get you on. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk about a girl and a gun. Appreciate you.
And Don, Gun Prattle, go look it up. Thanks for filling in for Trey here on this last segment.
No problem at all.
And while I say this is the last segment, it's the last segment of today, of day 2 of SHOT Show. Day 3 will be live as well. Day 3, we've got Second Amendment Foundation. We've got One Horse. We've got Walk Talk America, of course. We got Bersa. We've got the 284E Diversity Shoot. That's Big Tony Simon. You know him. You love him. And we've got Terry USA on deck. Who knows what other chaos will ensue, but that's what we've got. So, until tomorrow, everybody be good. We are getting out of here. Bye.
Bersa has been a leading manufacturer for over 60 years. At Bersa, they understand that your safety is non-negotiable.